Yo, what up, everybody? This is your boy Boss Golf
and your boy DMC and special guest
Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear
from Boss Golf Play. Say hi, Pooh Bear.
She says hi.
Or you can say hi. You're just not gonna say anything.
Welcome to the second episode.
Welcome to the second episode.
We have a great story, but before we get into that, we gotta talk about some other stuff first.
What are we gonna talk about?
Did you hear about the big names in gaming? The big news in gaming. Oh
shit! Fucking Mortal Kombat X, y'all. Yo, my balls is twisted behind my head right now because really goddamn, like that game. I need it.
It looks so good. Game. I want to speculate for a minute. The game looks fantastic. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it. But with every Mortal Kombat game recently, there's been like a special character that comes out with it.
We don't know who it's gonna be.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I don't know. That's because it could be anybody. I mean, they had Freddy Krueger, and they had Kratos.
There's gonna be a new person.
They were in the same game though, weren't they? Like Kratos.
No, Kratos was on the PS3 version.
Yeah.
And Freddy Krueger was on the Xbox version.
Really?
It's probably gonna be Freddy Fazbear.
Oh my god. Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's. They put him in Mortal Kombat. Jesus.
I would never play Mortal Kombat again. I'd be too scared to turn it on.
What if they put Dude, they could put Voldemort in Mortal Kombat. He's a WB. It's under WB.
That's
Voldemort?
true.
Yes.
Why not?
Well, because the thing is, they put guest characters in there. They either have to be.
But it would start out as Tom Riddle, who turned into Voldemort.
Well, it'd be Voldemort because he's a wizard.
That's what I'm saying. That could be like his thing, though.
Oh.
Like, you know how Sheik and Zelda.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Unique. You can choose
two different people.
Where did you put my?
Right. Like how they have. They already got a sorcerer, Quan Chi.
That's true, Quan Chi.
He's a sneaky bastard, but.
Hi, Schnitzel.
I think Voldemort would be cool because no one's ever really done that.
No one's ever done that. No one's put a Harry Potter
and
character
Kombat,
in a fighting game.
They're trendsetters. Like
they are trendsetters.
They brought in Freddy and they brought in Jason.
Is that the thing you're watching today? That's
That'd be a cool addition. That would be fucking beast. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Voldemort in Mortal Kombat X, because the thing they were saying is that Schnitzel says hi. The thing they were saying is that we have to put in characters that are affiliated with WB.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is produced by WB.
Yeah,
so that'd be great.
Why not?
They do. Why
not? It would be unique, and it has a huge. I mean, it could bring people to buy the game. I mean, there's a huge fan base for Harry Potter.
Or they could just put Hermione in it.
Well, if they put Hermione in it, I'm gonna
shit.
I'm gonna play with no draws on.
Sorry, what was that?
What? I didn't say nothing. What are you talking about?
Nah, he's saying that.
I was saying. I said
he thinks that he thinks that there should be a strong female lead.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
In this video game,
that is what I was insinuating.
With her being such a feminine activist lately, I think it would be...
She's an activist in everything: animal rights, gay rights.
I wasn't even talking about Mortal Kombat. I was talking about the big gaming news. You haven't even heard it, have you?
What?
There's a new game coming out that is going to blow your mind. You haven't heard about this?
Is it Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills?
I wish. If that
what
was
game is this?
Alright, so... Katy Perry's getting her own video game.
You're lying.
Nah, nigga, I'm telling you the truth. Have you heard of the Kim Kardashian game on the mobile phone?
You're fucking lying.
They're making a Katy Perry one of that. Not on like consoles or anything.
What the fuck will it consist of?
I don't know. I haven't played. Listen, just hear me. I haven't played the Kim Kardashian one, but from what I understand is it's like you get to live in her life, you get to be famous.
Who the fuck wants to do that?
Dude, it's like number 19. The Kim Kardashian was like number 19 on the free mobile. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I read this this morning. I'm like,
God.
there's no fucking way. After the Super Bowl incident, people are like, oh, the Shark's gonna be in there from her performance.
Yeah, Left Shark or whatever.
Left Shark. Just you get to play as Katy Perry twerking on sharks. That'd be alright.
What? Is it worth?
Let's get back to this Kim Kardashian game. Who the fuck wants to play as Kim Kardashian?
We do. Do you guys want to see us play that live?
No, you guys don't, because
we'll do
Jesus Christ.
We'll do it.
I don't think I have the right capture device to capture a mobile phone.
We'll figure it out.
Your capture device isn't big enough to capture her. Yes.
Exactly. She would break, just like she broke the internet, she will break my capture device.
She's gonna break his second one.
Shit. I already got another one. God, that's fucking ridiculous.
I just wanted to tell you that because I had a feeling you had some good words. So if you could, so what would it take you to play this game? Like, what would it take for you to say, you know what, this sounds like a great game, besides her being new, because that would sell it for me. Because if I get to play as Katy Perry, I'm either having a lesbian session with Lady Gaga or Kesha or something, or I'm just going to drown myself.
To play this
game, that's my two options.
It would take Big Bubba strangling me face down, belly to the bed, with my booty up in the air, and forcing me to play this game or get raped.
Damn.
That's what it would take.
We might be able to get it happen, guys. Hashtag Big Bubba.
No, don't hashtag Big Bubba.
Hashtag Big Bubba if you want to see us play the Kim Kardashian or the Katy Perry game. I think it'd be kind of interesting. I mean, you've already played Farmville. How far can you really stoop?
I mean, the only reason I played Farmville is because, one, my fucking capture device was broke that day.
I'm just saying there's a market for people to watch us play the Kim Kardashian.
Nobody gives a shit about Kim Kardashian.
Nobody does. And the game's probably putrid, but at least we can really say this game is putrid. I think it should happen. Hashtag it.
Oh my god.
But we have a huge story today.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Boskov had an experience.
It's Boskov.
Yeah, people get really they get really touchy.
Oh yeah?
Moses is gonna kill you.
Who?
Moses.
Bring it on, Moses.
He's my favorite.
Moses? I'll give you 40 days and 40 nights to suck on these nuts. Alright, so here's the thing, Moses. This is your boy DMC. I'm calling you out. I want to face you one-on-one in a ladder match. He's got Stephanie! He's got Stephanie McMahon in a chokehold.
Oh, shit.
By God.
She's got Stephanie!
Alright. So anyways, huge story. I want to set this up for you guys. So I'm sitting at home, right? I'm chilling. I'm playing some League of Legends. Hashtag League of Legends. And I get a text message from, first off, who is a mutual friend of ours. And she says,
Boskov?
She was supposed to say, appreciates having you in your life. Or something like that. Do you remember her saying that?
I said, my words was, I appreciate your life in my present.
That's what he said. And I got that text message. But then shortly after that, I got a text message saying, nigga, help me. I'm in trouble, and I'm not going to go too far because I want you to tell the story. First off, how the fuck?
First of all, hold on. I'm going to say this, kid.
Are we talking about
from the very beginning?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Cute.
Oh my god. Well, that's why I wanted you to be here, so you can hear this.
Who got some commentary on this?
Oh god. Whatever. Anyway, first of all, kids, before we get into this, I do not condone the use of any type of drug, substance, or alcohol substance for underage minors. Now, Boskov is of the age. He's overage.
He's a grown-ass man.
I'm a grown-ass man. For those that are underage, just wait till you're 18. It's illegal for you guys right now. But once you turn 18, do whatever the fuck you want. As long as it don't destroy your body. You know, with everything there's moderation.
Or your mind for that matter.
Or your mind for that matter, because you want to keep
Don't sniff dusters.
But yeah, don't angel dust. I've never done anything like that, so I don't know what all that entails. But anyway, listen. Check this out. So I mean, had to set that up there. There it is.
There it is. We can end the podcast on that, I think.
Shit, that burp though. Hashtag Boskov burps. Anyway. How do I start this?
So hold on, before
let me tell you how this happened, guys.
Okay, let's
You weren't there. No, hold on.
So let me tell you.
Tell your story after.
But you said you don't know how to set it up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell
you. Guys. Boskov is gonna. Jesus Christ.
I get out of class at 9 o'clock. I worked from 8 to 5, and then I went to class at 6:30 till 9.
Here we go.
And I work my ass off, and I like to come home and actually, see my fiance after being gone literally for over 12 hours.
Hashtag typical woman.
And so I get home, and Boskov is at work. He's closing wherever he works, and I called him. He called me at like 9 or something, and I was talking to him for a little bit. And he goes, he didn't say anything else about it. So I wake up and it's like midnight, and I'm like, okay, well sometimes he has to stay late because, closings were off or whatever. 2 a.m. Still have heard nothing from him. Don't know what's going on. He could be murdered. Could be dead. I don't know what's going on.
Note that she really is a very paranoid person.
That's not my fault. That's my mom.
If I haven't texted her after 2 hours,
from the person that called me 73 times because I fell asleep without calling you.
Hey, that's a different podcast for another day. Hold on, that's a different podcast for another day.
That's a twerkcast.
We on this one. That's a twerkcast.
Okay, so I haven't heard from him. It's 2:00 in the morning, so I call him, and his voice is super low. And which it's usually not unless he's like just waking up, and he's like, hey, babe. And I'm like, hey, are you coming home? Put
Marvin Gaye on you for a minute, baby.
It's like 2 a.m. and he's like,
yo, hey.
And I'm like, in my mind, automatically it's like, okay, it's 2 a.m. and you're hanging out with another female. Doing what? Like, what would you need to be doing? How long you've been off work? Why didn't you tell me that you were like, if I had done this and I was like, yeah, babe, hey, I'm hanging out with Gorlox or Joseph, I don't know if we had a name for Joseph, or Joseph, and it's 2 a.m. and I'm just now telling you and I sound tired as shit and I could have just fucked him and you don't even know what's going on.
First of all, I know you don't want to fuck him, so I'd be like, okay, you're with Devin, whatever. Like,
yeah.
She's very paranoid.
And so I'm like, okay, well, when are you coming home? Not, babe, hey, so this is what happened, this is what I did.
We're getting like this again? Is this how you're going to talk? Is this where we're at now? Are you doing that now?
Yeah. And I was like, it's 2 a.m. I worked all day. I want to see, like, when are you coming home?
I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be home.
Yeah. And so I hang up, and he's all pissy because I fucking asked when he was going to be home. Like, I don't feel like...
See, she's telling from her perspective.
This is my side of the story, so shut up.
Hurry this up, because we only have a certain amount of time.
And so...
We're running out of time. You have to catch us next week on episode 3.
Shit. So, I'm already pissed because I know what he's doing. Even though...
How did you know what I was doing?
Because literally, you're like, yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then he just doesn't tell me, and I'm like, okay, so one of like 7 things are happening right now.
7? God damn! You said 2.
So what's happening is 1.
Fair enough.
2.
Little freestyle.
3.
Oh,
7. Skipped town and he's never coming back. Where are all the things going through my head?
Are you finished yet so I can tell my part?
No.
Well, we gotta hurry up!
How long does it last?
It lasts until I tell my part.
Oh, okay. Fine then. Alright.
Oh
anyway,
my God.
So at around 3, Boskov calls me. Voice is all low again. This is what he says, because he knows he fucked up, and he thinks I'm pissed off. And, oh, please. He came home all crying and shit.
I ain't come home crying! That's some lying bullshit!
He was like, do you still love me? I'm so sorry. So what happened is he calls me at 3, and he's like...
Babe, I don't know how I feel right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna stay here though, and I'm just gonna try. I don't know. I'm gonna stay. I don't think I can drive a vehicle.
Oh my God! I can't wait to tell you the story. So
and
you know
so in my mind, my stomach instantly like drops to the ground, and I'm just like, I cannot believe he really like. I don't care. Like, we're at the point in our relationship where I trust him. Like, obviously, even though all those scenarios were going through my head, like, I was 98.9% sure he was not cheating on me. But...
Which I never do.
So, I'm like... I'm only mad that he tells me this because... He okay, I don't know what you guys consider lying, but I consider not telling the truth lying, right? So he didn't tell me what he was doing. He didn't tell me that he told me that he calls and tells me this at 3, and I'm so pissed. I don't even want to talk to him because I know that he's at that point where I could try to have a serious conversation with him, and it's just gonna go in one ear and out the other ear, and he's gonna think that the flowers outside are beautiful or whatever. And
which they were.
So I was just like, okay. And like all I said, I was just like, okay. And so I'm pissed because I'm like, not only did he fucking lie, he doesn't know when he's coming home because he thinks that if he gets in a vehicle and drives, he's gonna drive off like at the end of Grease when they fly into the air. Like that's where he's at right now.
I was fucked.
And I'm just like pissed because This was his first time, like, really, and I didn't even get to be there. Like, of course he wasn't there for the first time I ever, because we weren't dating at that
point.
We weren't dating, and when I told you about it afterwards, you almost shunned me from your life.
That's another podcast for them.
See, he totally throws out the facts
guys.
of what's happened in our... I'm not done.
Hurry up!
3 o'clock he calls me and says all this, and I'm pissed. And so I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to bed. He can fucking walk his ass home. He's probably fine anyway. I was pissed. I had to class in the morning, and I assumed that at some point this evening I would get to spend some time with my fucking fiance, but apparently that wasn't happening.
Shit.
So at like 4 a.m., freaking calls me.
Babe, I can't drive. I'm still feeling weird, and can you come get me?
And I'm like, I'm gonna come fucking get you because you're, like, I wouldn't want to have to deal with somebody else. I'd rather him come get me if it was me. But side note, if this was me that did this, he would have broken up with me. We would no longer be engaged. We would.
Can you finish?
So I go and get his happy ass, and I'm like sitting in my car and I'm debating on whether or not I even want to talk because I'm pissed. Like, I think anybody in their right mind would be pissed.
No.
And
what'd you say, Schnitzel?
So I'm sitting in the car and I know he wants to talk to me, and I'm like, if he really wants to talk, he'll talk to me. And he said something about my seat or something. So we get back and I'm still not talking to him, and we get in the house and he's like, "Bruh,
I know you're pissed. I'm sorry. I was scared to tell you."
This is where he started crying.
I did not cry. I'm not even making up shit. She laughing because she knows she's making up shit.
And he was like,
I was scared to tell you because I thought you'd be mad.
And I was like, so let me put this in perspective right fast. So you didn't tell me you're gonna go because you thought I'd be mad at you, knowing she might get really mad and we could possibly break up. So I'm gonna just go do it and not tell her, and tell her afterwards and just hope that we don't break up. And I'm like, so where's your logic in that right there?
Okay, the logic part is another podcast for the nigga. We just wanted to hear your side of the story for that night.
Yeah, so he was crying and he was like, I'm so sorry
at all.
And he has been cooking for me ever since then.
And she's lying again.
And being like super sweet because he knows he fucked up.
No, not she
lied.
lied.
And so now he's just like, I feel so bad, babe. And all I ever said the whole time I was there was how much I wish y'all could see
my face right now.
And how much I was so upset.
So y'all can see the amount of bullshit.
Was how much I wished you were there with me, and I was so sad.
Okay, you done?
And so he was like bawling, and I'm like annoyed because he's crying all the time, and I'm like,
okay, now it's my turn. We've heard two.
Now we're gonna hear from the man himself, Captain Ginyu himself. Now, I want to know before we even get into the story is, how did you set this up? Because like you guys were obviously at work.
Okay, yeah, all right. What happened was
when she first brought
Well, I know that, but I mean like that night, like how did it?
So he told me that she
We're
brought
not
it up.
doing your story. Now we're about to hear the Captain Ginyu himself, the story.
That's right. This is how
everything happened. So
now I've only heard half this story, so I'm gonna be
if y'all
with you
it's
guys.
fucking stupid. That's what it is.
No, I'm gonna let you finish.
I just told you it pisses me off every time you talk about it.
You'll be alright. Anyway, so
did it without me. Left me home alone in the dark. Didn't tell me anything until after.
To be fair, Home Alone, great movie.
It's a great movie. I love my coach.
# horrible fiance.
Then why are we still getting married?
Because I still love you.
No. Anyway, you'll be alright. I'm fine.
# Valentine's Day is
if you let me, if y'all
let me broke.
Can Captain Ginyu get to his sword?
Let me work. Get.
Okay. Captain Ginyu. All right, now it's time for Captain Ginyu's side of the story. This is the part where Captain Ginyu tells his. This is how it all went down.
Please tell me again. Oh, because the story changes every time, so I'm really excited to hear this.
So when are you gonna let me tell the fucking story? When are you gonna let me tell it?
The people are waiting.
The people have been waiting.
It's called suspension.
No, all right, suspension's done. I'm telling y'all the story.
So
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get sentimental here.
Suspense?
I'm trying to get for real. All right, now y'all know anything about Boskov, which you probably don't, but if you do, I didn't do shit in my life. When I grew up, I was raised by. I let you finish your motherfucking story. Let me finish mine. Anyway, I was raised by my grandparents, pretty much, and my mom, who's single. And I was kept in this little, small, tight religious box where I didn't start doing shit until I got into college.
He's quoting Pooh Bear right now.
What?
I said those things to you the other day.
I already knew these things about myself.
No.
How am I quoting you? I'm telling my story. Anyway, so I didn't do shit in my life. I didn't start doing shit till I got into college. I.e., the first thing I probably did that was super big was sex. That's another podcast for another day.
The sex cast. Pooh Bear will be here for this one.
Pooh Bear will be here.
He had no prior experience, but let me tell you, I definitely thought he did with how good he was.
Boy, Captain Ginn, you got them daddy stones, boy! Woo! Shit, but for real though. All right, so
on the real though.
On the real though.
So one of the things I wanted to try doing, especially since Pooh Bear had already did it. If you're gonna let me tell my story, I'm
rapping over here.
I'm done.
I'm the real.
So this has been SuperCaddyBros. I'm done talking.
Tune in next week for the real story.
All right, till next week.
We doing this shit now. Let me tell my fucking story. No interruptions. Me telling the story. Super Caddy, Captain getting you. You did your shit. I'm doing mine. Your funny time is over. I'm doing it. Anyway, now one of the things I wanted to try was
listening to Dipset, trying to get the tip wet. Ooh, the Goomba.
Without me,
you'll be alright. Now, if you know anything about your boy Boskoff, I researched.
You already said these things.
Hey, I'm talking. God damn. Are you done?
Joking.
I'm trying to talk. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Dr. Phil, if you're out there.
Dr. Phil, please. Please. Shit, this ain't Nancy Grace. This ain't Bill O'Reilly.
This ain't Bill O'Reilly.
Shit. Alright, anyway. Now, I researched things before I entered them into my body. I.e., when I did alcohol the first time.
Like his dildo the first time.
And
that's another podcast.
That's another podcast for another day. Now, as I was saying, when I did alcohol for the first time, I researched it, and
when I did alcohol,
or I guess when I drank alcohol, whatever y'all call it, and that's what I do because I want to make sure whatever I'm putting in my system, I ain't gonna get fucked in the butt from it, i.e. a dildo, which that's another podcast for another day.
He's really never done that though. That's
well, as far
as you know, shit. But yeah, so one of the things I wanted to try was
the Goomba. You know me, bro. I'm a chill ass nigga around here, bruh. The Goomba. Damn. Is that your girl?
I've been looking up shit about it, and then one day I was just like, fuck it, I'm about to do it. And
without telling his fiance.
I'm gonna get to that if you let me finish. Jesus Christ. Let me finish. Are you just gonna keep doing this?
You did it to me when I was talking.
Shh, we don't care about that.
Oh my God, do you see what he does to me?
Anyway, yes. So, and I'll explain to y'all later why I didn't tell my fiance, who is lovely.
It has no logic behind it.
It doesn't have logic, and I'm about to explain it anyway. We waiting for this story, and
love has no logic.
Love has no logic. Anyway, so I decided all bullshit aside, blah blah. Talk to my friend, and I was like, let's go get some. So basically, we go to this friend's house. We go get some, and
did you have to pay for it?
Yeah. Anyway. So, we go and of course, as some of y'all will probably know, actually probably like 70% of y'all will probably, what are you doing in there?
I'm just letting it
know. Anyway, as y'all probably know, go ahead. I'm just letting y'all know, I took a shitload of in the amount of 10 minutes. Now, here's where the juicy shit comes in. And boy, I still am amazed to this day. So I'm sitting down. Now I put my best friend, my buddy, Stylo. I put him before, but I've never gotten
years ago though.
I've never gotten.
Right, it was years ago.
Yes, maybe.
It's another podcast.
That's another podcast for another day.
You really asking to get broken up with?
The door is right there. Anyway, back to my story. I don't even remember where the hell I was. Like I said, I with my buddy Stylo before, but I've never gotten to, like, when I with him or whatever I with him, which was what?
Which was when?
Whenever it was.
What was that?
I don't know.
You're such a liar. Oh my god.
Oh my god, because you've never lied to me about things you've done before. I'm talking about this. Why is there still interruptions after 29 minutes?
Because now I'm learning new things. Again.
Alright, we're on to this, and I'm staying on to this. And anything else she says, I'm going to ignore because I really want to tell this fucking story. Now, so, as I was saying, I've with my buddy Stylo before, but I've never really felt anything off of it. Oh, excuse me, I burped. And so, I'm expecting the same thing to happen when I'm
At your girl.
and her friend. And so I'm in the room. I took about at least like
God damn.
Notice, yeah, this is my first time ever. And so that many, and I'm sitting here passing around, and I pass it to the guy, and he passes it back to me. He's like, "No, man, that's my last one. I'm done." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm still sitting here. I'm still sitting.
Let's add this. This is a professional. He's done.
Yeah, this guy's a professional. He tells me, this motherfucker tells done after 5. This nigga was done after almost 10. Yo, your boy Boskoff was still, I was still going. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I felt nothing, like literally nothing. I didn't feel a buzz. I didn't feel good. I just felt me. That was it.
Right.
I don't know what it was. So that's why I thought, I was like, I could probably, and I'd be good. This is when shit went down. So, I'm sitting there after the guy tells me, "Nah, man, I'm done." The professional tells me, "Nah."
The professional, he's done.
He's fucking done. I take one more fucking hit. When I go down,
Great
and I'm
show.
sitting there, and music starts playing. I'm talking, it's this jazzy, funk type music, and fucking Ludacris and Snoop Dogg was on the background. So I'm sitting there and they singing this song in my head, but no song is fucking playing, and I'm aware of this. But in my mind, as I'm aware that no song is actually playing, I'm like, this is a great fucking song. Like, this song is chill as shit. As I'm sitting there, fucking colors starts appearing in front of my face, and they start dancing, and they start dancing towards me. They're circling around my head, twerking in front of me. This is literally, and mind you guys, this ain't a fucking dream, because I felt like it was a dream, but this is real. This is what I'm actually seeing. And so, fucking colors is dancing around me. I'm like, this is a chill ass song. I don't know what the fuck is going on in front of my face right now, but this is pretty nice. It's alright. I go down and take one last hit. Bro, the goddamn flames from the lighter engulfed my fucking face, and I blacked out for about 5 seconds. I thought I died.
Oh, shit.
I literally, in my head, said, this is how I'm going to fucking die today. And so, when I come back to, it's only been about 5 seconds, maybe I just fell asleep. Like, I thought I had fell asleep and woke back up because everything was normal again.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there. Next thing I know, nigga, I'm melting inside of the couch.
Oh,
I have
shit.
become the couch. I'm sitting there. I'm like, holy shit. But me still thinking, this is a fucking dream, because at this time, if y'all don't know, this is the point where I'm not aware of it. So I'm sitting there, I'm melting inside the couch, like my body, I can feel my body literally melting inside the couch.
So he's a candle.
But I'm still awake, but now everything literally feels like a constant dream. Like I'm dreaming over and over and over again. And so at this point, I've never felt like this. So I put the piece on the thing, and I put the light on the thing. I'm like, you guys know where the bathroom is? And he was like, yeah, the bathroom's down in the hall in the middle. So like, I'm trying to play this off because these are professionals. These are professionals. So, but as I'm playing it off, nigga, I'm standing up and I'm all wobbling and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
He's like Gumby.
I'm Gumby into the bathroom. But when I get in there, bro, I freaked the fuck out. At this moment, I started having a panic attack. I'm in the bathroom, and the reason I was having a panic attack is because I've never felt this sensation before. I've never been like this. So it freaked me the fuck out. Yeah. At this point, I think I'm fucking drugged. I was like fucking laced. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sitting here, I got my hands under cold water. I'm splashing my face with cold water. I'm like, oh, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh shit. I open the door again. I look out. I can still see everything still looks bubbly. I close the door, I put more water on my face. I open the door again. Shit still looks bubbly. I was like, oh, fuck, nigga, I'm drugged. This is how I die tonight. Like, I feel so fucking weird. I am dying tonight. Oh, my God. What am I going to tell my mom? What am I going to tell my fucking girl? Oh, Jesus Christ. So I go back out and I play it cool again. Like, I walk out of the bathroom smooth. I was like, I went back and sat on the couch. And that's when I was like, I don't know. At that point, I stopped freaking out because I was like, maybe I'm dreaming. Because it still felt like literally when it literally felt like everything was literally a constant dream. Like I kept waking up for the dream, but I kept going back in at the same time. Everything was bubbly. It was fucking after images from my body of moving and shit like that. So I'm sitting on the couch and trying to play it off. And then next thing you know, I'm just like, you know, I appreciate your life in my presence. She texts D. Carl and she's like, anything you want me to tell Daniel? I was like, tell Daniel I appreciate his life in my presence too. I just felt really good at that point in time. Then, because I still feel like I'm in a dream. And then the whole time all this is happening, I'm like, I'm only saying this because this is a dream. In my head, I'm literally thinking, this is a fucking dream. Like, this experience right now is a dream. I get up, and I'm like, this can't be a fucking dream. So I get up off the couch, and I go tell, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go use the phone outside because at this point I literally feel like I'm drugged, like the was fucking laced. Because I've never been. I'm gonna go call my boy Stylo because he knows about it more than I do. So I get up, I go use the phone, bro. As I'm once again, everything is like it literally looks like everything is. I'm inside of a bubble, and everything is not blurry, but it's fucking funkadelic as shit. So I walk to the door because I can still see everything. I wasn't falling over anything. I walk to the door and I'm trying to like get outside, but I fucking pull the goddamn lock off of the door. So I'm sitting here like I'm trying to pick this shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is a fucking dream. I keep saying it in my head because it look and feel like everything is a fucking dream. Put the light back on, see the dude that had come out and like look at me like nigga, you alright? That type of shit. I'm putting the shit back on the door. I finally get outside. I call my boy Stylo and I was like, bro, I think I'm drugged. I don't know what's going on. He was like, yo, Boskoff, you alright, bro? I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I like feel funny. I don't feel funny at the same time. He was like, well, what happened? I was like, well, I wouldn't. But I think it's bad, and oh, bro, I just feel bad. I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm literally having a panic attack, and he was like, oh, like he really thought it was I had a panic attack. He was like, nigga, somebody put some fucking angel dust in your goddamn shit. And at that point, when he said that, then I freaked out because neither one of us knowing what the fuck is really going on. I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm just, my life is over right now. This is how I fucking die. And so he's like, bro, you just need to breathe, drink some water, try and get it out of your system. He was like, I was like, bro, you need to talk. Obviously, she probably, I don't know her thought process to the whole thing. I don't know, I guess they talk it out. She gives the phone back to me, and my boy Stylo was like, bro, I really just think you had some good ass, and you're that shit right now. And because he asked me when he thought I was on angel dust, he was like, do you feel jittery? Like, what's going on? I was like, I feel jittery. I'm cold as shit right now.
He's
like,
kind of a hypochondriac,
I can't calm down. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. And so I thought I was drugged. So we go back inside, and like, as I'm outside, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that everybody that gets this fucking feels like this. Because now that I calmed down, after I had my little panic attack, because she brought me back inside. She brought me into the kitchen. And so she's like, yeah, you're just like really, really fucking drunk. She was like, I freaked out like that before when I first got that. It happens. I was like it feels like this. And then as I calm down, I come to, bro, I shit you not. I saw 13 different dimensions of the world that night. I even told my exact words. I said, do you want to know how many fucking dimensions there are on the fucking earth? And she said, how many? I said 13. I'm watching them. I'm looking. Like, I'm moving my hands. My hands is doing like the little after image shit. I'm turning around. I'm looking. I was like, I know I'm not drugged. I was like, I know my name. I was like, my name is Boskoff Vladimir von Putin. I was like, I know this is here. I know this is the stove. I know this is the sink. And I remember all this too. So that's how I know I wasn't drugged. I was like, I just don't know how to fucking stop this shit. And the guy came in and he was like, bro, that'll probably last for about 2 to 3 hours. I was like, no, it fucking can't. I gotta go home. I can't go home like this. Like, I knew in my mind, I was like, there's no way I can fucking drive like this. Like, I can't. And so they was like, bro, it was like, you have to calm down. Like, I was like, is this really? I was like, this can't. I just kept saying, I was like, is this really what everybody feels like when they're fucking? I was like, and then what really started happening is I literally stepped outside of my body and I watched myself fucking live. I stepped outside of my goddamn body and watched myself. I'm sitting trying to explain this shit to them. I'm like, the fucking colors was dancing, the fucking song was playing. I'm watching myself do this shit like a fucking movie, and then it feels like a dream again. And then I wake back up, and then I dream again. Like, this shit is literally happening. This is actual fucking documented shit. Y'all don't believe me? We'll have come on for a podcast, and she'll tell you the fucking story. Like, all this shit is happening. So finally, I'm like, okay. And so I calm down. I'm like, I gotta tell my fucking girl what's going on because I can't go home.
Yeah, because mind you,
I'm telling my part. Shh.
And he says all the other people he's so grateful to have them in his life, and he says fucking nothing to me. So that's where we're at right now.
She's alright, y'all. Y'all can't see her expression, but she's actually smiling.
I'm not.
She's trying not to smile, but she's smiling. Anyway. So at this point, I'm like, I can't go home like this. Like, I have to tell my girl. The one guy was like, no, dude, don't do it. And I'm like, dude, I'm not the type of person that hides anything from.
Even though he's been hiding it this whole night.
So
I was he's still definitely the type of person to hide it.
I'm telling my part.
Yeah.
I'm telling my part. I'm getting to that. So I'm like, I need to tell my girl. So I call her up. This is the first phone call. I'm like, hey, babe.
Yeah, really low, super low.
And she was like, are you coming home? And I was like, yeah, I'm chilling. I'll be home in a little bit. And she was like, well, what time are you gonna be home? She's being a worried fiance.
I wasn't even worried. It was 2 a.m. and you're hanging out with some girl. Like, I'm annoyed. I was not worried about your life at all.
She's alright. Anyway, she was doing that thing.
I'm supposed to be totally fine with all this shit.
Who's telling the story here, guys? Boskov or
who talked a whole lot during my side of the story? Boskov or DMC?
That's another podcast for another day. Anyway, so I'm talking to her. She's like, when are you going to be home? Blah, blah, blah. That conversation happens. So I get off the phone.
So, again, didn't tell me what the shit he was doing. Fucking calls me.
Can you let me finish? No, you're done. You're done. I'm telling my stuff. She already told her part.
Like
if y'all want to listen, if y'all want to listen to her story, rewind the video. I'm telling my shit right now. Rewind the video. Anyway,
I'm just keeping them up to date on what's going on.
They know. Okay. So I'm telling her this. We have a conversation on the phone.
Then he still doesn't tell me shit.
I didn't tell her nothing.
He just acts like he's cheating on me.
That was her emotions behind it. So I get off the phone with her, and they're like, so what do you want to do? I was like, do you mind if I stay here on the couch? Like, I can't go home like this. At the same time, after I get off the phone with her, like, an uncontrollable fucking laughter just bursted out. I was like, now, at the point where I'm done freaking out, this shit feels amazing. Like, I'm sitting here doing waves with my fucking hand. I'm blowing my skin. Like, I'm zoomed in on the follicles of my skin. Nigga, I seen the goddamn follicles. The fucking crevices in my hair follicles on my fucking skin. I'm zooming in on it. I'm fucking blowing my skin. Like, I can feel myself. Like, I felt my skin. You know how usually you just walking around, you used to your body. I felt my skin. I'm sitting here blowing on my. I'm like, this is amazing. Look at this shit. Like, look at what I do. I'm not only doing all this shit, but I'm watching myself do this shit. The goddamn Snoop Dogg Ludacris track is still going on. The fucking colors are still twerking in front of me. I'm still watching myself. I'm still like 10 feet taller than, like, all this shit is going on. I was like, yeah, I can't drive like this. She was like, well, we can just hang out for a while. She was like, we can hang out for a while until Pooh Bear or Daniel can come pick you up. And so
then he knows he has to actually tell me instead of lie and just pretend like nothing fucking happened. Because apparently he was just not going to tell me anything and just act like he didn't do this.
What did I tell you? I said I was going to end up telling you that night anyways, but we back on my story. So hashtag pissed off Pooh Bear. Anyway,
I'm glad you think it's funny.
I do think it's funny because you're over there laughing. Anyway, you'll be alright. Anyway, hashtag you'll be alright. So I'm like, she was like, what we can do is we can ride over to my place and you can chill there until Daniel or D. Carl. And
you guys just call me Mark Daniels.
You just call him Mark Daniels.
That's fine.
She was like, we can just hang out until Mark Daniels comes over or Pooh Bear comes over to get you. And I was like, I can't fucking drive like this. And so, excuse me, we drive from her friend's house over to her place. As we're fucking driving, like, everything just looks like a fucking dreamland. Like, I see things, I know which street I'm on. Once again, like, I know everything that is consciously happening, obviously, because I can relay it back to you guys. But I see what street I'm on. Everything looks like a fucking dreamland. Like, and then at that point, it kept blacking out and coming back in. And then, like, I'm on the different dimensions again. I'm like, this shit, I'm looking around and I'm feeling myself. After I get a feel of it, I'm like, this shit is alright. This feels pretty fucking nice. I was like, you're lying to me. This can't be what everybody feels like when they're... She's like, yeah, man, it really happens. I'm like, this really feels nice. And I was telling her, there's no way that this feeling can make me want to kill. Like, I feel like the friendliest person in the world right now. Like, I appreciate everything. I love everything. Like, everything is beautiful right now.
Most time when you meet someone, they're always pretty happy.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is fucking great. And we go outside. I fucking touch the snow. I see the goddamn actual crystals in the like. Oh my god, there's so much shit that's going on. Finally, I sit down and I'm in the room with chilling. I was like, you know what? This is all amazing, but I told her, I was like, the whole time I felt like my girl's gonna be mad at me. And the reason I felt like that, I don't know.
Because he fucking lied to me. That's why he felt like
that. # pissed off Pooh Bear, yes. Anyway, the reason I didn't tell her.
Tell me after the fact that he feel bad, so.
You still want to tell your side of the story, huh?
No, you just. Yeah, let's go. No,
I'm telling mine. Let me tell mine. Let me
just
finish.
like you made comments while I was talking.
Okay. # another podcast for another day.
Your drinking game. Drink every time we say hashtag.
Drink every time we say hashtag.
Now you're condoning drinking.
Well, I mean, if you're of
age, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Or if you get someone to buy you, alcohol for your age. I'm kidding. I don't.
Anyway, I'm at the house and I'm chilling, and I'm recollecting the whole night. And I'm like, oh no, I feel like I'm doing something bad. And she's like, why do you feel like you're doing something bad? I was like, well, I feel like my girl's gonna be mad at me. And the reason I feel like she's gonna be mad at me is not because, no, I didn't lie. Once again, I'm telling my story.
No,
let me
I'm just
finish.
Hanging out with you're not doing nothing. Really.
I didn't say that. Let me finish my story. God damn. So, I'm like, I just feel bad, and she was like, wow. I was like, because I feel like, and I've never been this type of person, but at that moment, I felt like my girl was gonna judge me. I didn't feel like she was gonna be mad at me for hanging out with, because she's pretty much gotten past that point of being like, she still gets jealous. Every girl gets jealous, guys. Everybody gets jealous. That's not even just females. So I am jealous. You just don't know about it. # another podcast for another day.
# guys have emotions too. Surprise.
So everybody gets jealous, and it used to be really bad. That really is another podcast for another day. But she's really gotten better with it. So I wasn't worried about the fact that she knew I was hanging with. I was worried at the fact that I thought that she was going to judge me for. Because there's just been a bunch of stuff I've been going through this year, as far as like where I stand at with religion, where I stand at with my family. Just like I said, I've been sheltered as a kid, and now that I can grow up and have my own mind and do my own things, for some reason at that point I was like, if I tell her that like she's not gonna love me anymore. That was my thought. And then another thought that was going through my head is like, literally after I had my panic attack, everything just felt so fucking beautiful. I've never felt anything like that. And I told the worst part about this is that I have to experience this plane of existence without my girl.
Which is not worried about until hours after.
Can you let me? No more cut-ins right now. I'm really being sentimental. Like,
how is it sentimental at all?
Shh. They are crying right now.
No, they're not.
Hashtag wipe off the tears.
Hashtag get a tissue.
Hashtag get a tissue. Anyway, shut up. God damn. How many more? Golly. Anyway, hashtag let me tell my story. Shit. Anyway, the whole time I'm here, the reason I did not tell her at all is because I felt like she was going to judge me. And my girl has never been the type of judgy person. But for some reason, like I do have some friends that probably would judge me once they found out that or once they found out where I stayed with religion or other things
surprise
like that.
If you're hearing this podcast.
Yeah, surprise if you're hearing this podcast. But I mean, I know they probably would, or they probably feel some type of way. They probably wouldn't look at me at the same person. But the thing I was worried about is whether my girl would look at me as the same person or not, and that was my biggest concern. That's why I didn't tell her, and I told her at the end of the night after took me over to her house so I can chill down, and I was like, I'm just not in a position, and I need you to come pick me up. And she was like, okay. And it was that okay that's like, God damn it. Alright. I don't know everybody else's experience, if you had your own or whatever, but for some reason, I just felt connected to every living thing on planet Earth. Like, everything was so beautiful. Everything was like, it was just nice. She played the fucking Gorillas. I love the Gorillas. That's like my favorite CD. That's like my favorite band of all time. Shout out to fucking Damon Albarn. You are a fucking legend.
And if the Gorillas wanted to send us some free merchandise for shout out, hey.
Shit. Shout outs all day. But seriously, like, everything just felt nice, and I couldn't experience that with my girl. Plus, it's pretty much my first time getting... But, you know, things finally chilled out, and I finally get to going home after everything feels beautiful. And I talked to her, and basically, to wrap things up, she didn't end up being mad at me. She was more mad because I didn't tell her and invite her to the event, which really took a relief off my back because I already knew she was gonna be pissed. I'm at the point in my life where I'm done with people judging me for being me, for doing what I want to do.
Which is a great feeling.
Which is a great feeling. Yeah. It's very liberating. Back in high school, back in pretty much middle school, all the way through, honestly, halfway through my college experience, I was the type of person that held back on myself because I was worried about what others think. I worried about what my friends think who were against the type of stuff that I do now. I was worried about what my family would think and everybody. Once I finally got to a certain point in my life where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be me. And if people don't accept me, then they don't accept me. I don't live my life to please others. I know my girl still loves me. She likes the way I look. But when I get dressed, I don't really dress for her. Because she tells me all the time I have outfits and shoes and shit like that she don't really like. But I do it because it makes me feel good. It makes me look good. I don't base myself on other people. You really shouldn't do that anyways. So where I was at that point, I was like, you know what? She probably will judge me for it. A lot of people will probably judge me for it. But I want to experience this. I want to do that. That's honestly why I didn't tell her. Now, granted, I was going to tell her at the end of the night anyway, whatever will happen or whatever. I didn't lie because I didn't sit there and say, oh, well, it's just me playing video games. We're doing nothing else. If I would have done that, I definitely would have been in the wrong. I already know I'm still in the wrong for not telling her. I eventually told her. But it'd be a different story if I would have said, we're only playing video games. And then called her later and said,
we're eating grilled cheese sandwiches.
We're eating grilled cheese sandwiches and now we're getting... Like, that's a different story. But I just told her we were hanging out. And then later I told her, hey, we were... But another podcast for another day. Getting back into it, it's like, that's where I was at. So I was like, you know what? If she judges me, then you can't fault people for liking or disliking what they do or don't like. So if she liked it or whatever, and at that point, I just only wanted to try it that one time. Now, if she was okay with it and was like, oh, sure, I wouldn't mind doing it with you, blah, 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 I was like, okay, that's cool. But if she really was discomfortable with it and was like, I don't want you doing that. Uncomfortable, sorry. If she was uncomfortable with it and was like, I don't want you doing that again, I would have respected that. But also, if she was at the point where she was like, you know, I can't even deal with you anymore, I'm going to break up with you, I would respect that. But still, at the same time, like I said, I'm just going to do my own thing because I literally am at the point in my life where if somebody's going to judge me, hey, I don't fault you for it. I don't feel any different from you for it. We just have opposing viewpoints. And that's where I was at with that. And so what
I've gathered from what you said is that you're fully aware that there was a possibility,
I just now said
possibility that I would have broken up with you, even though we're engaged to be married in less than 6 months.
I just now said that.
Andy Whitten did it anyway.
Did I just not say all that?
Well, he said that was the one thing. He didn't want you to judge him for doing it.
No, that's not what he said.
That is what he said.
That is what I said.
At the end, he was like, and if she wanted to leave me, then it's like, well, I mean, I understand. So he knew that there is a possibility that could happen.
I just said that in the whole podcast.
I'm just reiterating to make sure that it's on film now.
It's been on film almost like a minute ago.
Cool. That's all I needed to know.
Anyway, to get to wrap up this podcast, because it's getting about that time.
You can cut out a ton of shit, so.
No, I'm probably gonna leave all that in there.
I thought you were gonna cut out my part of the story.
To wrap up,
we'll keep your part of it.
To wrap up this podcast.
At first it was great, but you got a little out of control. But.
Yeah. To wrap up this podcast, it's just like I said. That's why I did it, and that's where I was at. That was my thought process behind it. So if she felt like for some reason she wanted to break up with me for it, I mean, I would respect that decision. And because that's her thing or whatever. But like I said, at the end of the night, she didn't end up being mad because I was hanging with her. She was pretty much just mad because I didn't invite her, which I didn't know that was going to be her reaction. And if I knew or felt like that, I would have definitely done that. But I don't know. It's just at the time I felt like there was so many things going on. I know you, D. Carl, you're a great guy. I know you wouldn't, you don't judge people for doing what they want to do.
Now let me iterate by saying people don't know. I'm straight edge. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I never have.
Yeah, he is.
But I'm on the level with with my boy Boskov here. I don't judge him for doing what he wants to do. He wants to do. That's great, man. I love the guy personally, and it doesn't matter what he does. If it's like this to me, it's like. Someone who likes pizza doesn't like pizza. You like pizza and I don't. Oh, you're a horrible person. To me, that kind of stuff shouldn't matter. Yeah. When someone's a great person or not, you shouldn't judge them by what they do, what they like. And I've always been that way since probably high school. I've always I love Pokemon. Yeah. In high school, that's something you don't tell people. I always told people that. And, people for the most part, positive reaction. Yeah, there'd be, a few that, girls here and there. Pokemon, really? I'm like, I don't care what you think. Because if that's what you thought anyways, then I didn't want them to do with you anyways. Exactly. Truthfully. Yeah. And so I think it's great that you had that experience.
And yeah, that was just my thing. I didn't tell her because Pooh Bear is somebody that I do, like she said, we are getting married, and there's some things. Hopefully, it's happening.
We don't know.
Nah, she locked in, bro.
She's locked in.
Shit,
she's trapped.
But no, she's somebody that I do cherish and love in my life, and she's probably the best thing that has happened to me. So her opinion
and that's on film. So that's real talk.
Her opinion.
After everything else that's already happened, of course, it's gonna say
oh my God. Her opinion does matter in my life a lot. So that was the thing that was going on through my mind is I don't want to be judged by her. But if she does judge me and if she decides to break up with me for it, then, that's
something they have to deal with.
That's something that we have to deal with. But
that's not saying it's easy by any means.
No, it's not easy. That's no breakups.
Not to get it twisted or anything.
Yeah, but it's just like I said, I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I'm gonna finally do what I want to do, and if somebody doesn't like me, I'm gonna be me. And if somebody doesn't like me for being me or like me for what I like, then maybe I shouldn't be around them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That type of deal. But
so moral of the story is be yourself, but also if you're gonna go off and do something, let your loved ones know.
Let your loved ones know. Do let regardless. That is the moral of the story.
If you can learn anything from this podcast,
regardless,
tell your significant other before you do anything.
Because I love my baby, and it's all good fun in this podcast. But seriously, regardless of what y'all decide to do in your lives, let your loved ones know. Don't be afraid of that stuff. Don't be afraid of telling people things about yourself, because you holding back can only
let people get to know the real you.
Yeah, let them know the real you real early, and that's something that I had to learn. That's something I honestly wish I would have learned back in high school. But now you already know me. Boskoff is crazy. Fun as hell.
That's right.
It's everything's fun over here.
For the youngins down there that are buying the alcohol from their overrated.
Don't do it.
Playing the drinking game here.
It's seriously wait until you're 21. You will wait, and you will not get locked up for doing it. You can go to a party as long as you're not driving, and the cops can come to your door and say whatever the fuck they want. Now, if you in a state that don't support the legalization of
my nigga, I'm chiefin'.
Then that's a different motherfucking story. Because you're going to get locked up no matter how old you is.
But you know what? I think they just legalize it anyway.
They should. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. So that's game. Absolutely, gay marriage is another thing.
Who would have thought? Okay. Side note. Who would have thought would have been in the first half of the U.S. like the United States.
Yeah,
that actually, I really thought we were gonna be like number 49.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna be one of the last fucking ones. We were like, what, number 13 or something?
Now, if Texas is...
Boy, if Texas legalized, yo, fucking revolution in America, because Texas...
It's a party if Texas does any of it.
That's where the Bible Belt starts. That's the buckle of the Bible Belt.
Shit.
The buckle.
Shit.
And the buckle is the Bible.
Oh, I guess if you have a buckle, like, undone the buckle.
No,
but I'm thinking it's like in the middle, because I'm thinking of a done belt.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? I get what you mean.
Yeah.
He's just saying that it's the big portion of it.
That's the big portion. Texas.
Well, Texas is like the biggest state.
Shit, they trying to make their own country. A little small ass. Like, I mean, it's not a small ass state. It's probably it's the biggest state we got.
It's a big ass country, or a big ass state, or a small ass country.
They trying to become their own country.
It used to be a country, the lone state.
So
they used to be their own country back in the Dizzy.
God damn.
When they said they came out of Mexico, when they, I guess, I don't want to segregate the right word. They separated from the Mexican Union. Good move, right?
Good move.
I support it. Hashtag Texas. Made a good decision that day.
Just that day, though. Recently, we
and for those that are playing the drink game, hashtag.
Y'all about to be fucked up tonight. God damn. But guys, we're about to end this podcast. I really do thank you all for sticking through for.
How long is this? An hour?
It's an hour.
That's fun. That's honestly an average episode.
That is an average episode for a podcast. So we're gonna end this.
Why are you guys freaking out?
No, we were just messing with it.
Adds more dramatic effect.
I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys had a time.
No, we wanted to. So it's great.
We good, but thanks for.
Hopefully, Pooh Bear joins us again for another episode.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Next time.
About this again, I don't want to be.
No, don't worry.
This is a one time only. Yeah. D-Car wanted to hear the experience, and I was like, what better way than to get it for the podcast?
I figured we started talking about it over the phone, truthfully, and I was like, why aren't we just recording this?
Yeah,
it really is a funny story.
Really, DMC is a genius, guys.
We haven't debuted the show yet, but I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Frieza IRS. Now I'm not gonna get too deep, but I wanted to talk about the show a little bit because we just started filming it. We got the intro done. The intro is a hook.
I'm not going to tell them nothing.
We ain't telling shit, but you're going to love it. Everyone's going to love the shit. Basically, just to tell you the story, what the show's about exactly is Frieza from obviously Dragon Ball Z. He does people taxes now. You know, sure, he rules the world. He tries to rule the world, kills sand, destroys planets on the weekend.
He
gotta make that cash.
He's gotta pay bills, man. And guess who owns this tax? Now, who owns the place that he works for? Have Frieza tax that ass?
Frieza tax that ass.
His father, King Cold. Oh my. There's a lot of interesting dynamics there, but also his brother Cooler has a PhD. He's a doctor. So Frieza obviously on the bottom of the totem pole. So he's trying to impress his father.
Trying to get up there.
Own the business.
That's right.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's trying to get through everyday life, you know, as a normal human being.
Wait till they see episode 2, Super Booty Strip Club.
Oh, that's a scoop.
God, we can't reveal too much. That's another podcast.
Super Boo Witches.
How many times are you gonna say that?
As many times. That's our slogan.
Said it like 50 times.
That's our slogan.
You guys need to keep track. Go back. You put this in the beginning to keep track of how many times they say that's in the podcast.
I'll tell you right now. Someone put that in the comments. How many times have we said hashtag? And how many times have we said that's another podcast for another day?
Shit.
You can add both those to your drinking game. You can make this. Hey, if you have multiple people, someone can be team hashtag. The other person can be team.
And so you get drunk first.
That's right.
Shit.
Y'all. It's like the Roxanne game. You guys heard the Roxanne game, right? Team Light and Team Roxanne.
Yeah. Shit.
That's basically that's what this podcast is all about.
God damn, son. But I thank you guys for all joining. Make sure y'all check all the links in the descriptions for all the channels.
We have so many
channels. Got my boy Daniel's channel, and then got my channels up there. Make sure y'all check our Twitters too. We'll have our Twitters in the description box.
I love Twitter.
But
we'll make a Facebook group someday too.
Yeah, we will. We will most definitely. But
we'll probably put this on iTunes someday too. We'll figure out.
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking. I think
it'd be easy as hell to do it, and then people can just download the shit.
That'd be dope.
Would you guys like that? Comment.
But then don't they download podcasts to listen to them multiple times?
Yeah, they can do that. Sure.
So like, why would they want to listen to this multiple times?
People do it all the time.
Oh yeah, say.
I downloaded the last podcast I ever downloaded was the Jonas Brothers podcast.
Really? They have a podcast?
They did.
Oh my god.
They did?
This literally Her Jonas Brothers obsession is literally another podcast.
Oh my! Stop saying it.
It is.
Hashtag catchphrases.
Hashtag catchphrases. But guys, we up out of this thing. I do thank you guys for joining. This has been your boy Boskoff, aka Captain Ginyu.
This is your boy, the Maverick Mark Daniels, aka Raccoon.
And a special guest featuring Pooh Bear.
A pissed off Pooh Bear.
Hashtag pissed off Pooh Bear.
And she'll teach you why you never feed, bears at the zoo.
Literally.
Because she gets angry.
She gets pissed.
Oh, I was like, are you what?
Wow.
Totally went over my head for a second. I was like, we didn't even talk about a zoo.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch y'all next time on the topic
on
of
the zoo podcast.
How to
we need to go to a zoo now.
deal with your brother.
We should go to the zoo and film it. That'd be one thing.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
The one in Omaha has I think it's the one that has the Komodo dragons.
Oh, shit.
Komodo dragons.
You guys will have to find that out next time.
We're not going to a freaking zoo now. It's cold as shit.
See y'all on the flip one. Peace.
Peace.
So majestic, so lovely, and nice things. Hello, my friends. You have 24 hours to return all these species to me, or I shall gut this rabbit like a swine.